Good morning, grade 7. Welcome back. So our topic for this morning is about the researching information using print and non-print media resources or sources. So after reading this module, you will be able to research information using print and non-print media sources. Specifically, differentiate print and non-print media, identify important information based on news, advisory, and news report. Construct simple WH questions, be verbs, and do, does, did based on a print and non-print sources, and formulate a paragraph containing the important details. So what is researching information using print and non-print media? So do you like reading news from newspapers or magazines? Do you enjoy getting information from the internet as a support to a certain topic? What is your favorite site where you get your news? Once you open the internet and read a source of information, do you immediately trust the site you opened? So very well. With the current setting, you have already seen, read, or heard different issues about COVID-19, ABS-CBN shutdown, anti-terrorism bill, taxes for online sellers, and a lot more. Thanks to these media outlets that keep you informed. But have you tried asking yourself if the data that they are giving contains the truth? You, being a responsible citizen, must be able to choose your sources of information well. It has to come from a trusted sources. Surely, if you have the correct information, it will help you become a knowledgeable person and not easily persuaded by other people's opinion unless supported with factual evidences. So what is media? Media or medium refers to the communication outlets through which we made known to the public different important data like news, music, movies, education, promotional messages, and other data. It includes physical and e-newspapers or online newspapers, magazines, billboards, radio, televisions, telephone, and internet. So these are the components of media. As we go along with our discussion, we will discuss each of these. Okay, print media. What is a print media? Based on the Oxford reference, print media is defined as any written or pictorial form of communication produced mechanically or electronically using printing, photocopying, or digital methods from which multiple copies can be made through automated processes. This is the oldest type of media that we are still using now. Examples of print media are newspapers, books, journals, magazines, and reports. Newspapers are published daily or weekly and they cover different topics from local and international news. They provide information as well as entertainment. So the functions of newspapers as an information provider, as opinion builder, as entertainment provider, and advertising. Magazines. Magazines are printed sheets that give information in various events or topics. Usually a magazine is used periodically, either annually, quarterly, monthly, and weekly. The functions of magazines, they provide information, provides entertainment, and facilitates advertising. Non-print media is a means of informing the people without using paper or print. This type has become very common to all people, both as a tool in the educational process and means of spreading information all throughout the world. Libraries have also become more focused with them by turning some parts of the library as multimedia corner. Have you been to a library? Okay, TV and radio are examples of broadcast media. Radio was invented about a century ago, while the television came up at the end of the 1940s. One fast-growing medium is the internet. It offers the people content from all other forms of media. It is booming amidst the expense of the other two mentioned above. Many people are depending on the internet when they are working, shopping, learning, and even spending leisure or pleasure time. Mobile devices or cell phone, with their applications, give users access wherever and whenever. So what is your favorite app? Is it TikTok, Wordscapes, or Candy Crush Saga, or Facebook or ML? Social media is a combination of online telecommunication channels where netizens or citizens using the internet interact, share content, and collaborate. Examples of this type of social networking are Facebook, Instagram, wikis, bloggings or video bloggings or vlog, Zoom conference, and video calling. I bet you have a Facebook account with 1,000 friends across the globe. Am I right? Very well. We all have Facebook accounts. Podcast is a piece of audio-like story, interview, or documentary. It can be downloaded from the internet. It was created in the year 2014 and has become famous in the later part. People enjoy podcasting and listening to it wherever they are. Websites is a presentation of images, videos, or information posted on the internet. By searching a certain keyword using the search engine, it will lead you to a certain website. Information posted on this site varies from certain topics that offer other links, advertisements, and other pop-out images. One must be able to differentiate reliable sources from the unreliable. Video is a recording of motion pictures or television programs for playing through a television set. Nowadays, video is popularly found in the internet like in YouTube, Facebook, or Netflix. It can be downloaded from YouTube and seen on Facebook. Netflix offers a variety of movies that you need to pay premium before watching. Type of sources. Primary source is anything that presents direct evidence or information about people, events, or phenomena that you are looking for. The information that you are researching comes from the witnesses or comes from the actual setting itself. Examples of these sources are interviews, surveys, experiments, letters, photographs, and newspapers. Secondary source is anything that describes, interprets, evaluates, or analyzes information out from the original source. Some examples of these are books, articles, reviews, and essays. Grammar alert! A sentence which asks for information is called an interrogative sentence or interrogatives. It is a sentence that states a question or requires a response. An interrogative sentence ends with a question mark. Of course, you already know this when you were in elementary. Yes or no questions are questions that can be answered with a yes or a no. Yes or no questions are usually formed by inverting the V verbs. Example is are, was, and were, and the subject. Examples of be verbs is, are, am, was, and were. Examples is Mindanao Gold Star Daily a newspaper in Cagayan de Oro City? Is it a yes or a no? Are the people now going to use social platforms to know the news? Yes or no? So remember to use the verbs is or was when the subject is singular and the verb are or were when the subject is plural. So that is the simple form of using past or using singular or plural. Do, does, and did can also be used in this way when dealing with action verbs. Examples: does COVID-19 scare make them stop their print editions? Do they still deliver news? Thus is used when the subject is singular and do when the subject is plural. So remember, when you are referring to one person or thing, use singular or the verb does, and do when the subject is plural or more than one. WH questions are interrogatives that begin with what, who, when, where, why, and how. These questions require specific information. So what made the Oro Daily stop its print editions? Where are they going to deliver news? So it needs or requires specific information as answers. Unlike yes or no questions that requires either yes or a no questions. Did you enjoy our class for today? Very good. Did you learn something new? So, despite of this pandemic, we should never stop learning. So I hope you learned something new about our topic for today. Thank you very much and thank you for your time.